Hey guys, I hope I hope that I'm live right now. If you are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with my audio or the video, please do let me know, guys. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys have any issues with my audio or the video, please do let me know. Thank you so much, Deepak, for asking. I'm all right. How are you guys? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. How is everybody? Please do let me know, guys. No issues. Great. I'm fine, guys. Thank you so much for asking. Komal, if the video is blurred, just like increase the quality of the video to 1080p or 720p. You will be able to see everything very clearly. Okay. Okay, how are you guys? Do let me know. Everybody is fine. Everybody is great. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Okay, so how was your day, guys? My day was a bit hectic. After office, I had to come back home, take up one of the boot camps for Java, and now I'm sitting right over here. So it's a bit hectic, but yeah, nothing can be done about it. Okay. Nothing productive. See, if you want to make sure that your day is productive, first of all, wake up early. Once you awake, and before going to sleep, the day before that, just think about what are you going to do to the next day. Okay, what are you going to do? Like, for example, okay, so tomorrow I will wake up early. I'll first start off with reading a book or something like that, or I will just start off with maybe practicing a bit of C++ or Java. Just make sure that you have like just one day before taking up a note that okay, these are the 4 things that I need to accomplish for the next day, and wake up early, start doing that as soon as possible. Okay. So from which college have you graduated? Birla Institute of Technology, so BIT. So that's where I have graduated from. May I know your timetable, sir, if you don't mind? So it's like 3 boot camps that starts one at 4 o'clock, one at 6, and one at 8. And then at 10, I have my batch that I'm having for the life training and internship program. So that goes on from 10 to 12. So that is usually like for DevTown, that is my time that I allot between the 2 boot camps. I usually handle the HR team, the sales team, the operations team, meeting with the teachers, the instructors, creating new courses. In the morning, I'm having my office, so it starts pretty on early, about like 5:30. So I have to like reach there by 5:30, and then the office continues till like depending upon the day, it goes on till 6. So yeah, usually that's my timetable. Okay. Okay, guys. So can somebody let me know what have we studied in our previous class, guys? Can somebody let me know what have we studied in our previous class? Insertion using arrays. Okay. Insertion using vector. That's great. Insertion using vectors and simple for loop. Okay. Fixed and dynamic sized arrays. Okay, great. So were you guys able to practice it yesterday? Were you guys able to practice it yesterday? Please let me know. Whatever we had learned in our yesterday's class, were you able to practice it? Please let me know, guys. And were you successful doing that? Like while practicing, did you face any problems, any errors, anything like that? Please do let me know. Were you facing any problems while like doing that? Please do let me know, guys. Code not running. Avinash, I will definitely suggest you to. So, anybody who is facing any problems, any errors, post that up on the Discord channel. We have our very own Discord channel that is down in the description of the video. You will be able to find all the information, every sort of stuff that you want to do. For example, you are facing an error, you can post it right over there. The community will help you guys out with the same. I think so. There's a lot of different people who have joined us there. I'm not very sure how many members are there right now, but yeah, we have been pretty hard on going to grow that so that students are able to get a particular place where they are able to ask their doubts and everything. Let me just check how many people are there on the channel right now. Okay, so it has expired. See. Let's start the verification account. Okay, let me check it upon something. Ganesh, 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 डिस्कॉर्ड का लिंक एक्सपायर हो गया है. मेरे को नया लिंक एक भेज सकते हो क्या मेल पे? हाँ, सीपी और रेड पे भेज दो. ओके. I think so. The Discord link has passed on from its validity. I don't know why, but I've just like asked him to replace the link as well. It'll take some time. Let's see how it happens. Okay. Yes, sir. For the first time, it showed error after watching your lecture again. It was successfully ran. Okay, that's great. No issues in that. Like I said, if you guys are facing any issues, I'll just update the Discord link as well down in the description so that you guys are able to join the Discord channel. I think so that would be very easy for you guys to continue on with the same as well. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, the next two boot camps we have scheduled it for you guys. So from the 8th of August, we are going to start with two more boot camps, that is HTML and CSS. The project that we'll be doing would be the Facebook clone using HTML and CSS, and Python and data science. These are the two boot camps that we have scheduled for 8th August. So if you guys want to enroll into that, please do register yourself first of all from our website. Okay. And then yes, you can continue with the boot camps as well. Okay. Okay, so let's get started right away, guys. In today's class, we are going to look at deleting an element from an array. Okay, so that is something that we'll be looking at. Okay, deleting an element from the array. So I think so it should be pretty easy. There shouldn't be any problems associated with it. Okay. Is there web dev a project related bootcamp? Like I said, Dark Gamer, the next bootcamp, that is HTML and CSS, is the web development bootcamp that has a project that is your Facebook clone creation. So you can definitely register yourself from right over there. Okay, so let's get started right away, guys. Let me open up Paint so that we are able to first understand the problem statement. Okay, so first of all, deleting an element from an array, we need to understand via some examples itself. Let's say that you are having an array right over here. Let's take up an example, 5, 10, 23. There's a fixed size array that you are able to have right over here that has a capacity of 5. So I hope that you guys remember it from our previous example as well. This has a capacity of 5. Let's say cap is equals to 5 right over here, and the number of elements in this array. Can somebody let me know what will be the value of n? Okay, the number of elements in this array. Can somebody let me know what will be the value of n, guys? For registering for our future boot camps, you can go to our website, that is devtown.in. You will be able to register yourself from right over there. Okay, so n is equals to 4. That's great. Okay, so we are having cap is equals to 5 and n is equals to 4. We are having value x is equals to 3 that we want to delete from this array. Let's take up the value as 10. Let's take up x is equals to 10. That is the value that we want to delete from this array. So the new array that we want after like deleting the element should be 523 dash dash. This should be the new array that we are able to create right over here. Okay, so that is our aim right now, so that we are able to create this. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this example? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, no issues in that. I'll just repeat myself. We are having this array that is 5, 10, 23. Okay, it has a capacity of 5. The number of elements present in the array is 4, that is n equals to 4. We want to delete the element that is 10 from the array. Okay, we want to delete the element 10 from the array. So the new array that will be formed will be 523 dash dash. Okay, so this is our aim. Now, how will you proceed with this? Again, just think about it. Think about it as cards that are in front of you. So you are having a 5, you're having a 10, you are having a 20, you are having a 3 and a space at the end. You want to delete an element. You can only pick up one card at a time. So what will be the process that you will be following? Okay. That's absolutely clever. First of all, we'll be taking out 10 out of the entire, like, we'll first take out 10 and keep it separately. Then we will, so let me just show you the same diagrammatically. I don't know why my throat is itching a bit. No issues in that. So let's say we are having 5, 10, 20, 3 right over here, and then there's a space. Okay, so what we want to do, first of all, we'll be taking out 10. So we'll be keeping 10 separately. So we have taken out 10 from the entire block. Now this is also empty right over here. Next, what we are going to do, guys, next we are going to shift 20 one space back. Okay, so your let me just put it up in a separate color. So we'll shift 21 place back. So this now 20 card will be kept right over here. It will create a gap here itself. Then we'll shift 3 one space back from right over here, and it will be 3 right over here, and this will create a gap here, and that is what we need. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Great. So now the exact same thing we have to do it via code as well. Okay, it will be pretty simple. Don't worry about it. Unlike your like insertion, there's not a lot of different things that you have to do right over here. Now let me know in which particular condition will you not be deleting any elements. In which particular scenario will there be like you won't be deleting any elements from this? Can you think about any scenario? if the element is not found, if the element is not present. Okay, so if the array is empty, that basically means that the element is not there. For example, if you're having an empty element and you have been told to delete the element 10, basically that means 10 is not present in that array. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so at any particular example where the element itself is not present in the array, you won't be deleting anything. So that is at the edge case right over there. Are you guys able to understand? Great. So now what we are going to do is we are going to look for this from the perspective of code. Okay. So how to find if the element is present in the array or not? Can somebody let me know? How to find if the element is present in the array or not? Can somebody let me know that? Can you guys let me know how to find if the element is not present in the array? Exactly. We'll do a search. We'll do a simple search to check whether the element is present in the array or not. Okay, we'll just go through every single element using a for loop, check whether that element is present or not. So it would be pretty simple. Okay, we are having I is equals to 0. Okay, so we'll be starting off as I is equals to 0 right over here. We'll be having a for loop. So for I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and we'll check that if, okay, we are having if ARRI is equals to x. In that particular case, we want to stop our loop right over there. We don't want it to increment any further. Okay, and we just want to come out of the loop. Okay, if that element is already present in the array. Okay, if that element is already present in the array. You guys able to understand that? Okay, if the element is already present in the array, we just want to come out of that loop. So if this if statement is met, then we are going to have a break right over here. Okay, we are going to have a break. That means we don't want this for loop to execute any further. Now, if your element is present in the array, what will be the value of I, guys? Can somebody let me know? The value of I would always be less than n. If that element is present in the array, that means you have found the array, the element in the array, then the value of I would be always less than n. Can somebody let me know? Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand? If that element is present in the array, okay, I was 0 originally. Now we have got, I is equal to 0. You are checking at the 0th index, it is present or not? It is not present. You're going at the first index, it is present. Okay, at the first index when I is equals to 1, you are breaking the loop right over there. You are not like, you are just taking I out from that particular position itself. That is the whole rule of break. You're just taking it out of the for loop. So at that point of time, what is the value of I, guys? It is 1. What was the value of n, guys? That was 4. Okay, so 1 will always be less than 4. So I would always be less than the value of n. Okay, that is what I'm taking into consideration. That if the element is present, if element is present, in that particular case, the value of I would always be less than n. But what if the element is not present? If the element is not present, what will be the value of I, guys? What will be the value of I? Just think about it. It's common sense. It's common sense. It's not programming. It's just common sense. What is the value of? So sit with a pen and paper. If you're not able to think about it using your brains, sit with a pen and paper. Pen and paper, write the for loop, increase the value of, take up some examples, increase the value of I, and check what will be the value of I if n is like, if that element is not present in the array. That's wrong. Okay, again, guys, this is common sense. Don't go with bullshit answers like -1. Okay, if you're not able to think about it, write it down in a pen and paper and solve it. This is not how coding is done. Okay, don't give me bullshit answers without thinking. Okay, don't give me bullshit answers without thinking. Coding is something that you need to have. You need to apply your brains. It's basic common sense. If you don't have common sense, coding is not for you. I'm being very clear about it. I'm not that kind of guy that everybody can do coding. No, not everybody can do coding. You need to have a basic sense of common sense that you need to have to be able to do coding. Think about it, give me the answer. If the element, let me just write the entire thing down right over here so that you are able to think about it. First, I'm having I is equals to 0. Then I'm having for I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, and we are checking inside if ARRI is equals to X. In that particular condition, break. Okay, what will be the value of I right over here after this for loop if it was not able to find the element in the array? Apply common sense, guys. Man, this is like extremely simple. Extremely simple. Just take up an example. You are having 5 to 10 20 right over here, and you want to delete let's say n is equals to 4, and you want to delete x is equals to, let's say, 30. You want to delete x is equals to 30. What will be the value of I at the end of this particular for loop? Again, no bullshit answers, guys. Some of you are writing the correct answer. I'm not pointing it out, otherwise I know students, everybody will start writing that मेरे को तो समझ में आ गया. It's not like that. I want you guys to figure this on your own. Okay, that's why I'm taking so much time. I could have told you the like procedure and everything, but this is now how coding is done, that somebody is just telling you the answers and voila, you have learned coding. That's not how it happens. Okay, especially data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Okay, you have to figure it on your own, guys. Okay, you want to delete 30 from the above array. Put it inside of this for loop and check what is the value of I. Put the array inside this for loop and check for the value of I, guys. Initial value of I is 0. After running the for loop for this example, what will be the value of I? Some of you are writing the answers correct. Most of you are writing the answers wrong. Those who are very sure with their answers, keep it. Don't change it. Okay. Take up a pen and paper. Don't write 0. Don't write 3. Don't write 5. Okay. Don't write bullshit answers. Take up a pen and paper. Sit down and calculate. Okay. Calculate, guys. Some of you are writing the correct answers. Most of you are writing the wrong answers. N minus 1, that's the wrong answer. Okay, 0 is the wrong answer, 20 is the wrong answer, n plus 1 is the wrong answer, n minus 1 is the wrong answer, 20 again is the wrong answer. I greater than equal to n, that's partially correct but wrong. 32 again, like how the fuck would you end up at 32? Like, whether that does not even make any sense. Okay, so I think so many of you are writing the correct answer right now. I think so some of you have sit down with a pen and paper to calculate it. That's great. Otherwise, if you're still writing the wrong answer, either you're doing it in your head, then your head isn't that strong. Okay, take up a pen and paper and do it. I always I know that I'm not able to do calculations within my head. I usually take up a pen and paper and I do that. Like there's nothing to be ashamed of. Okay, so if you're not able to do it in your head, take a fucking pen and paper. Everybody knows who they are. Okay, you are not a mathematical genius, you know that. Take a pen and paper, sit down, write it step by step to be able to understand it. Okay, so right now the answer that is correct is 4. Okay, for this particular case, and that is equal to n. Okay, so the value of I at the end, if it is not found, is equal to 4 or n. Okay, depending upon what you want to write in the answer. Okay, many of you got the answer correct, that's great, but most of you got the answers wrong. So let us look at how we will proceed with this. Just think about it in such a way. Okay, it's simple. Okay, you will be starting at I is equals to 0. Okay, at I is equals to 0, you will be going into the for loop. First of all, you will be checking ARR0 is equals to x. No, it is not equal to x. So you'll be incrementing the value of I by 1. So now I would be equal to 1. So I is 1 right now. 2 is equals to 30. No, 2 is not equal to 30. Again, you will increase the value of I by 1. Now I is equals to 2. 2 is still less than 4. Okay, you want to check this as well. 2 is still less than 4. So you will go into the for loop. Inside the for loop, is 10 equal to 30? No, 10 is not equal to 30. Again, you will increment the value by 1. Again, like now the value of I is 3. 3 is still less than 4. So you will again like check whether 20 is equal to 30. No, 20 is not equal to 30. So we'll again increment the value of I by 1. So now I is equals to 4. Okay, so now I is equals to 4. Now 4 is equal to 4. So 4 is not less than 4. So it will not go into the for loop. The for loop will end right over here. It will come out and the value of I would be equal to 4 at the very end. See, it was very simple. This is not like programming or anything like that. You have like 3 fucking steps and you just need to follow it. As simple as that. If you're not able to do it like in your mind, just take a pen and paper, sit down and start writing. That is how you will be able to master coding, man. Coming to a boot camp, just listening to me won't be able to help you master coding. I might be able to guide you, I might be able to show you the path, but you have to do it on your own at a later point of time. Think about the problem statement. If you're not able to think about it, take examples, try to look at examples, try to understand from the examples what is happening right over here, what do you need to do inside of it. Okay, slowly and steadily only you will be able to build the confidence enough to be able to move further. Okay. So let's go back to our code and let's start writing the code itself. Let's go to C++ and let's have using name space std right over here. Let's remove this. Let's start writing our code. So first of all, we'll be creating our example that we need. So int arr is equals to, let's create our 5 comma 10 comma 20 comma 3 right over here. Let's take up an example 7. After that, we want our x. So int x is equals to, let's say we want to delete 10 from this particular example. Okay, we want x equals to 10. We want n. Int n is equals to 5 because there are 5 elements inside this array. Okay, after that we want to create like just everything is working fine. So C out less than before deletion. If I want to take my cursor to the next line, what should be the code that I should be writing right now? If I want to take my cursor that is basically printing everything out in the output to the next line, what is the code that we should be writing right over here? Endl. That's absolutely clever, guys. Remember the syntax. Okay, the more that you code, the more syntax that you will be able to remember. Okay, so please try to practice whatever we are doing in the class. Go back and practice it. If you're not practicing it, coming to the boot camps is a total waste of time. Okay, just watch Modern Family if you need like a suggestion for TV series. If you need a suggestion for anime, I think so Dr. Stone is one of the good animes that I saw right now, so you can watch that. If you want a movie, just Lightyear has just come up to Hotstar, watch that. Don't come up to the boot camps. Don't waste your time. Practice as much as possible. Now I'll be printing the array out so to make sure that everything is working properly. So for int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, we need to have a C out less than arri, and we'll have a space after every element. Let's move the cursor to the next line. So C out less than and L to move the cursor to the next line, and let's run it. So before deletion, we are having the array as 5, 10, 23, and 7. Now we'll be creating our function that will basically do all the deletion work for us. Now again, when we are deleting an element from an array, what is the only thing that is changing from the array? Okay, when we are deleting an element from the array, what is the only thing that is changing about that array? Can somebody let me know? when we are deleting an element from the array, what is the only thing that is getting changed inside the array, guys? That's absolutely clever. That is n. Just like insert, when you're inserting something, only n, that is the size of the array is changing. Similar to that, when you're deleting an element from the array, the only thing that is changing is n. So we'll be taking that as our return. So that is n is equals to delete element, and now we'll be creating our function as well. So int, because it is going to return to us the size of the array, that is an integer. Delete delete and we are going to start writing our code inside of it. Now the first thing that we need to do is check that, okay, if the element is present in the array or not. So the code for the same we had just seen right now, the same code we have to write to check whether that element is actually, the element that we want to delete is actually present in the array or not. So first of all, int I is equals to 0. Then for I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, if the same code I'm writing right over here, arri is equals to x, in that particular case break. Okay, we want to exit the for loop right over there. Now the value of I, if the element wasn't present in the array, if the element was not present in the array, then we know that we don't have to delete anything. Okay, the value of I would be equal to n, and we don't want to delete anything. Okay, so we'll have an if statement. If I is equals to n, that is the element was not present in the array. Okay, in that particular case we just want to return n, because we are not going to change anything. We are not going to apply the deletion on the array. Are you guys able to understand this? The size of the array won't change because we are not deleting anything, and we don't want to proceed further with deleting something from the array. Are you guys able to understand this? If I is equals to n, return n. Are you guys able to understand this particular statement or not? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this particular statement or not? Please do let me know, guys. That is, we are checking if the element is not present. We know that the value of I would be equal to n, and if the element is actually not present in the array, in that particular scenario we don't want to continue with the deletion process, and the size of the array would not be changing, so we'll be returning n directly. Okay, great. Now we need to look at how to do that swapping. Okay, the swapping that we were doing, how to do that. Okay, it's actually pretty simple. Okay, let's try to draw it and let's see it. Okay, so that we are able to understand it much more clearly. Again, it's not wrong. You can just take a pen and paper, draw shit out, try to understand. Like, everybody does that. Okay, everybody who is currently doing computer programming will be doing that, because they also need to understand the question properly. Via the question, it is usually very like less probability that you will be able to understand the entire stuff just by reading the question. So it's okay to be able to draw stuff out. Okay, so right over here, what we are going to do right now is we are going to start with 5, 10, 20, 3, and 7 right over here. Now what we are going to do is we want to delete 10 from this particular array. We want to delete 10 from this particular array. So we want to shift this particular element right over here, to shift this particular element right over here, to shift this particular element right over here. These are the 3 steps that we want to do. As simple as that. The only 3 things that we want to do is very simple right over here. So how to do that? Okay, it's extremely simple. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to start from, so we know that the first search that we ran, the first search that we ran to find if the element is present in the array or not. If the element is present in the array, we take I out. So we have I right over here. Okay, so the value of I is actually equal to this particular index. Okay, so that is 1. The value of I is equals to 1. Okay, because when we were searching, the first step, when we were searching for the element itself, the value of I would be equal to 1, because we have found 10 out right over there. Okay, we want to delete 10, so we have found 10 out right over there. So value of I would be equal to 1. Okay, we want to start from here, so let me take up another pen. We want to start j is equals to I. Okay, we want to start from right over there. We want to go up till n minus 1. Okay, we want to go up till n minus 1. That is, we want to go up till here. Okay, and what we have to do is arrj. okay, is equal to, so we want to shift this 20 from here to here. Okay, this is what we want to do. Shift 20 from here to here. To be able to do that, we want to do ARRJ is equals to ARRJ plus 1. Yeah, are you guys able to understand this? ARRJ is equals to ARRJ plus 1. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. We want to shift 20 from its index, that is 2, to index 1. To be able to do that, we have we want to start from 1 itself. Okay, so ARR1 is equals to ARR2. In that way, we are able to shift the value of 20 to 1. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Okay, and so we want to do it for 7 as well. But so what should be the, we will be starting, so J will be starting from I. Okay, J will be starting from I, so the first value of J would be I. What should be the last value of J? Can somebody let me know? What should be the value of J, last value of J that should be given to it? Okay, can somebody let me know? What should be the last value of J? Up till which particular number should J go? Up till which particular number should J go? Just think about it. Think about it very clearly, guys. J. I'm not talking about J plus 1. I'm talking about J. I'm talking about J, guys. And I'm not talking about the element. I'm talking about the index. J means index, guys. Fucking J means index. Okay. So the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The value of I is 1. We are starting J at I. That is 1. We want to go up till which particular number for J? Somebody is saying 3. Somebody is saying 4. So just think about it. Okay, just think about it in such a way. If I'm taking J is equals to 4, if I'm putting J is equals to 4 in this particular equation, what will be that I will be able to get? ARR 4 is equals to ARR 5. Does ARR 5 exist? Does ARR 5 exist? Can somebody let me know? Does ARR 5 exist? Can somebody let me know? Can ARR 5 exist, guys? No, absolutely not. ARR 5 cannot exist at any point of time. Okay, so just think about it. The biggest number right over here that you are able to find is J plus 1. The biggest number that you are able to find in this particular equation is J plus 1. Now you always know that the index of the number should always be less than n. Okay, the index of the number should always be less than n. For example, n is equals to 5 right over here in this question. So you are having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only have up till 4 right over here. So you cannot have anything greater than 4. So J plus 1, that is the biggest number that you are able to find. So J plus 1 should be less than n. So J should always be less than n minus 1. Just simple logic. Just simple logic. If J plus 1 should be less than n, then J should be less than n minus 1, guys. Just think about it. J cannot be n, J cannot be n, J cannot be n minus 1 as well. Okay, if J is 4, n minus 1 means 4. If J is 4, then you will be having ARR 4 is equals to ARR 5. You cannot have that. You cannot have that. That is out of bounds. You don't have ARR 5 right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. J will be up to n minus 1. That is, we are having J less than n minus 1. J should be less than n minus 1. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Simple logic, nothing too complicated. Like I said, just apply your brains. Whatever information that you have up till this point of time, you are working on that. There's nothing new that is coming up. You just need to apply your brains. This is just pure mathematics. Okay, this is pure logical mathematics that is there. Okay, whatever rules and regulations that you have heard up till this point of time, you will be applying that right now. Okay, so we'll be creating this particular for loop for you guys. Okay, so let's create this for loop. So we are having for int J is equals to I, J is less than n minus 1, J is less than n minus 1, and then J plus plus. We need to go into the positive direction. ARRJ is equals to ARRJ plus 1 right over here. And then you just want to return the new size of the array, that is n minus 1, because you are deleting the element itself. You are deleting the element itself, so you want to return the new size of the array. That would be, you are deleting one element, so the new size of the array would be n minus 1. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Y would be equal to n minus 1. Just think about it, Hitesh. That makes no sense. Okay, so we are deleting the n element, so we will be having n minus 1 right over here. Now what are the different things that this particular equation needs? Okay, what are the different things that this particular equation needs to function? We need an array, so int arr array, so integer array that is needed, int n that is needed. You then are having int x that is needed, that is the element that you want to delete. The same thing you need to provide it into the function call that you have made right over here. It's arr comma n comma x. Okay, you have to do that. Once you have done this, you want to print out the new array as well, that is after deletion. So let's try to do that. Let's copy this up from right over here, and then after deletion, and that's it. So let's run our code. Let's see if everything works properly. Did we make an okay, so we made a spelling mistake, ele. We write ELEM right over here. So let's save it right over here and run this. As you're able to see, we have deleted 10 from our array. Okay, we have deleted n from our array right over here. Again, I will just make you guys understand. Once we have shifted everything one step back, so the same code that we were thinking about right over here, the exact same thing, whatever we have written right over here, I just write it down and as a for loop that j should be starting from I, j should be less than n minus 1. Both of them we have already seen. What we have to do, arrj is equals to arrj plus 1. That is also what we have seen in the paint. And then at the end, that is like after like just replacing all the cards, putting it up one place further, what is the new size of the array? The new size of the array is n minus 1. That is, you've deleted an element from the array. So what will be the new size of the array, guys? N minus 1. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. You guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Is there any doubt inside deleting an element from a normal array? Is there any doubt inside of this? Please do let me know. Can somebody list out the steps that you will be following to delete an element from an array? Can somebody let me know what are the different steps to delete an element from the array, guys? Deepak, you could just go over the video itself and you will be able to understand it. Okay, can somebody repeat the steps of deleting an element from an array? Can somebody repeat the steps for deleting an element from an array, guys? If there are two same elements in the array, it will delete the first occurrence of the element itself. Okay, it will delete the first occurrence of the element. Okay, guys. Check if the element is present, shift the elements and print the resultant array. That's correct, Vivek. Okay, so that is how we will be deleting an element from an array. Now we need to see how to delete an element from a vector as well. So right now we have seen for array, right now we need to focus upon vector. So let's create a new play area. Let's include our vector that we need to use. So include vector, and using name std. So we will be doing that. Once we have done it, then we are going to create our vector first of all. So let's create a vector int v. Let's insert some elements into the vector. So we'll do a for loop for int I is equals to 0, I is less than n I plus plus, and we are going to insert elements into the vector. So we'll just insert the values of I itself. So what we are going to do, v dot pushback, and we'll be inserting I inside of the array. Okay, so let's print out all the elements in the array itself. So for int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, we want to print out everything. So c out less than v of I less than space. Let's run this particular code. Did I? Okay, so n, I have not declared n right over here. Int n is equals to 10. Let's now run this. So as you're able to see, we have created a vector that contains 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inside of it. Okay, a simple vector that we have created right over here. Okay, as simple as that. We are having a vector called as v. We are inserting the values of I inside of it. So we are using pushback to be able to do that. That will just insert one element after the other. So first of all, it will insert 0, then we'll insert 1, then we'll insert 2, then we'll insert 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then we are just printing it out to check whether everything is working properly or not. Are you guys able to understand how we created this array, guys? Are you guys able to understand how we created this array? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand how we created this array, guys? Please do let me know. Guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Great. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use this to delete an element from the array as well. How to delete an element from a vector. Okay, how to delete an element from the vector. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to let's v dot erase. So which particular element should we delete, guys? Which particular element should we delete from this particular numbers? Okay, this particular vector, which element should we delete? So let's delete, let's say Vivek answered the last question correctly, if I remember it right. So we will use 7 right now. Okay, so let's delete 7 from the array. Now, what is the index of the element 7? Can somebody let me know what is the index of the element 7, guys? What is the index of the element 7, guys? Can somebody let me know? Exactly. The index of the element 7 is 7 itself. So you want to delete that. So it would be very easy, guys, to delete the 7th index. What we have to do is we have to write v dot erase, erase, erase. That is the function that we have to use, v dot erase. Okay, now the first element that exists, yesterday we seen that, like, we are not going to use indexes right over here. We are going to use a pointer, that is v dot begin, if you remember it correctly. V dot begin points to the first element, that is the element present at the 0th index. V dot begin points to these element present at the 0th index. Okay, we want to delete the element present at the 7th index. So what we are going to do, guys, we are going to add +7 to it. Okay, we are going to add +7 to it to take us to the seventh index. Okay, so v dot begin, yesterday we have already seen that. Okay, we have already seen that. So we are going to see v dot begin points to the 0th index element. We want to go to the 7th index element, so we are going to write +7 out there. Then again we are going to print out all the elements in the array. So let's just control C, and let's first out C out less than and L to move on to the next line. Control V, this should be less than v dot size. That gives us the number of elements in the new array, because we are deleting an element, so an element has been reduced. So in that particular case, we have to use the new size of the array. We have to get the new size of the array. That is, we can able to get that using v dot size. Okay, so that will give us the number of the elements present in the array itself. Okay, we have to print all the elements out. Let's run this. Let's see what happens. So as you're able to see, we have deleted 7 from our array. Okay, we have deleted 7 from our array using just one line of code. So whatever we learned how to delete an element right over there, everything gets implemented here. The same thing gets implemented right over here as well. You don't have to write it again. That is the beauty of vectors that we learned yesterday as well. As you're able to see, we have deleted the element 7 from our array. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Can we use insert of instead of pushback? Yes, you can. But right over here, we want to insert it at the very end itself. So pushback does that for us. We don't have to specify every time where we want to insert. That is the reason why we are using pushback right over here. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Like, everything is the same as that what we have studied in the previous 40 minutes. Just that it becomes very easy for us to do this. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Guys, are you able to understand this? Please do let me know. Okay, great. So I will just create the attendance link for today, guys. Okay, we want to create the attendance link for C++ bootcamp day 4, I guess. Create this. Link, shorten link, copy link, QR. Day 4, August. Guys, you can go ahead and take a screenshot for today's QR code. You will be able to fill out the attendance form for today. We'll keep our today's class up till here itself. From tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting with linked lists. So please be ready for the same. Okay, guys? Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow in tomorrow's class and we'll continue with the same. Thank you so much. Thank you.